The exact moment you share your biggest win, maybe it's a massive promotion, a huge deal you just closed, or even an amazing new relationship, you unwittingly turn yourself into a target. Think about it. The last time you dropped some genuinely great news, you probably expected just pure joy in return, right? But human nature has this hidden, deeply ingrained architecture that we literally never talk about.
And here is the truly wild part. The real danger isn't coming from random strangers on the internet. It's not distant rivals. It's actually coming directly from the people in that very room who are nodding, clapping, and smiling right at your face. I know, it sounds a little paranoid, right? But as we unpack the data today, you're going to see exactly why this happens.
So, part 1, the price of winning. To truly grasp why your success isolates you from the pack, we need to treat this whole phenomenon like a biological crime scene. The brilliant author Robert Greene actually calls this reaction the nuclear bomb of human nature. It's silent, it's absolutely devastating, and once you realize how it detonates in your own life, man, you will never look at your friends or colleagues the same way again.
Moving right along to part 2, the biology of envy.
We have to start our investigation by looking at some honestly disturbing archaeological records from ancient hunter-gatherer tribes, stretching all the way from the Amazon down to the Kalahari. Researchers found something crazy. People in these early societies who received sudden gifts or windfalls, they were routinely killed. And not by rival factions. The violence came from their own tribe members in these acts of highly organized strategic envy. It was literally a survival mechanism to keep anyone from rising too far above the rest of the group. So the crucial takeaway here is that your DNA still carries that exact same ancient threat signal today. Every single time you visibly win in the modern world, something incredibly primal activates in the people standing closest to you. Sure, we wear suits and work in nice offices now, but our brains, they're running on some really old software. And this classic experiment brilliantly illustrates that old software in action. You might know this one. Scientists gave a sweet, delicious grape to one chimp, and it was perfectly happy. But when they gave a plain, boring carrot to the chimp right next door, that carrot chimp completely lost its mind and threw it back. It wasn't being stubborn. It was reacting out of pure biological envy. It saw its buddy get elevated, and it protested hard. We simply cannot escape this hardwiring. You have it, I have it, and so does every single person shaking your hand and congratulating you. The instinct to level the playing field is, well, it's just baked right into our biology. Which brings us to part 3, the modern social predator. Let's fast forward to today and look at the modern frenemy. You know the type, that specific person who rushes to your side the exact second you level up. Researchers found they act exactly like a predator entering new territory. First, they move fast in your space. Second, they get uncomfortably close to you, really embedding themselves in your inner circle. And third, they start dropping these small, subtle, negative observations. The whole goal? To make you doubt yourself and keep you slightly off balance without you even realizing what they're up to. Ever notice that the people who gave you the fewest compliments when you succeeded weren't just busy? No, they were actually experiencing a private psychological collapse. Why? Because your success acted like a massive mirror, forcing them to painfully confront their own unreached potential. Your win highlighted their stagnation. Section 4, the psychology of Schadenfreude. Let's dig into the exact psychological trick their brain uses to survive the discomfort of your success. Greene formally refers to this as Schadenfreude. It's a German word for the secret pleasure we take in another person's pain or misfortune. Because the envious person can't genuinely celebrate your win, their mind has to compensate. So they secretly, quietly start craving your failure just to restore their own sense of balance. To protect their fragile ego from the harsh reality of what you've achieved, their brain literally rewrites history. It whispers things to them like, oh, they definitely cheated to get that promotion, or they just got lucky, or they completely sold out. It's purely a survival mechanism. They have to convince themselves your success was illegitimate just so they don't have to feel inadequate. Finally, Section 5, your ultimate defense. So how do we actually disarm this biological bomb now that we see the wiring? Well, here's your weapon. Composure. Your ultimate defense isn't getting angry. It's certainly not trying to expose them or argue. It is absolute, unbreakable composure. When you literally pull the plug on your emotional reactions, they instantly lose all power over you. You're giving them absolutely nothing to feed on.
I really want you to remember this incredible reframing the next time you're dealing with a frenemy. Their subtle sabotage, it isn't actually an attack on your character. It's a tragic confession of their own deep insecurities. When you start viewing their behavior through that lens, you stop getting offended and you start becoming observant. It's a total game changer.
This data completely flips how you need to read a room from now on. The person acting the loudest and most excited publicly, they're often the most threatened privately. Meanwhile, that quiet observer in the corner might actually be your truest ally. So the action step here is absolutely crucial. Stop performing your success for others. Just allow people to comfortably underestimate you.
By choosing not to broadcast every single win, and by letting people underestimate what you're capable of, your silence completely neutralizes their biological envy. You remove the trigger entirely, and no trigger means the bomb never detonates.
So I've got to ask, have you seen this bomb detonate in your own life? Comment, I saw it, below if you've experienced this kind of subtle betrayal. Because honestly, the people who stay silent on this topic are usually the ones who've already taken a hit. And if you're ready to master even more hidden strategies of human nature, our next explainer is already queued up and waiting for you. Go ahead and dive in.